welcome to another breakout session. This is breakout session number 58. This is going to be a real short one today. We're in the process of remodeling. I'm going to kind of lose my studio for a little while, so I wanted to get something out. Before I get started, I'd like to say hi to all the Guitar League members out there around the country, and a special hey to our folks in Asheville that is going through an incredible tough time right now. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, and I'll keep this short because you probably don't have time to watch videos. So, hope everything's getting better for you out there. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, I follow a guy named Brian on Active Melody. He's probably one of the best guitar teachers on YouTube, period. He's out there. And he did one recently, and I'll refer to his episode so you can go back and look at it. And he talked about playing minor chords over major chord progressions. And he did a pretty good job of explaining it. I don't know that I can improve too much, but there is one thing I thought I could help, because I know it helped me, figure it out. Nerds like me need to know just a teeny little bit more. Okay, so he was talking about playing a minor triad over a major chord progression. And he showed different shapes, and I'm going to go back and show that too. He showed different shapes that work for that and where the roots on those shapes were. But I was thinking, well, what's a quick way to know which minor triad to use over the major progression? And the simple answer is you use the relative minor chord. Okay, so for instance, if you were in the key of C, then A minor is the relative minor of the key of C. And the reason this all works is, let's say in the key of C, the chord tones in the key of C are a C, E, and a G. And the chord tones in an A minor triad are a C, an E, and an A. Okay, so you've got two of the same chord tones is in the C chord. And the third chord tone you have in an A minor would make a sixth. If you added an A to a C chord, you'd have a C6. Okay? That sound, which is unbelievably beautiful sound for a lot of things. Western swing or blues. They're always using that kind of thing in a blues. So you can use A6s. 6 chords everywhere. So when it comes to that major chord, if you play the minor triad, so if I'm playing a C6 chord, then a minor triad, an A minor triad, could be like that, it could be like that, it could be like, and an A minor triad up here would be this little triangle shape. So there's those shapes that I was talking about that Brian showed. He has one you call the bar. Now we're talking about an A minor. One you call the bar, and that has the root on the E string. One that I'm calling a triangle has the root on the B string. This would be like part of a C6 chord, or any 6 chord with that shape. Okay? And then he had one that he called the stair step, and that would have the root on the G string, like a stair step. Okay, so that's all in the key of C, you'd have A minor triads. Okay, so if we went to, say, the key of A, playing A6s or A's, and then you wanted to play the minor triad against that, it would be the relative minor triad, which would be an F sharp minor. So that sound over an A6 or an A. can, and Brian shows that you can walk that down, 3 frets, you can slide into it. And so we're in, so we need F sharps now, F sharp minor, so here's that bar shape. And F sharp minor, we would come up here and do that stair-steppy thing like we just said. And then there'd be this triangle-y F sharp minor. And that's really easy to just think of it as the A6 chord. And then this part of it, this little diamond shape in here, or triangle shape, this is the F sharp minor triad out of there. Or the relative minor triad of whatever 6 chords you're playing. So I hate to make this too complicated. I'm trying to make it really short for you today. But this is something you want to try. Just think about it. And so I picked a song, and I'm not going to go through that today because it's too long. But there's a song called Faded Love by Bob Wills. Okay? And, Western swing, they use a lot of that 6 chord stuff. And, because you got it sounding like steel guitars. And that can really give you that kind of a feel. Okay? So anyway, in that song, Faded Love by Bob Wills, it starts off in the key of D. All the instrumental, the fiddles and all that stuff is happening in the key of D to begin with. So I was thinking, and then it goes, the verses go to the key of A, total modulation up, and they walk it right up from like a D chord up into an E, and then they're in the key of A. It's the 5, E's the 5 of A. So they walk right up to a 5 chord, and then they start in the key of A. So the verses are all in A, and then they go back to, when they go back to a lead part again, an instrumental part, they go back to the key of D. And I'm thinking, well, that's a good song that you could practice playing the minor triad over, but you'd have to know what minor triad to play over those different chord changes, okay? So if you're in the key of D, then you'd be playing like a B minor triad if you were trying to, play over the D chord, play the minor triad over the D chord. You'd play the relative minor, you'd play a B minor over the D. Okay? And when you go to the A, when it modulates up to A, you can play that F minor triad. And so, my point of that whole song would be, be able to think on your feet as to what minor triad to play over the major chord. Here's a quick way to learn. I did a whole lesson on a triangle, rectangle shape scale, which is a pentatonic scale, minor, triangle, rectangle shape. Okay, so in that scale, let's say we're in the key of D. So D, this would be a D pentatonic scale. Okay? But this is the D, and this part of the triangle, the top part of the triangle, in this case is a B note, that's always going to be the minor, the relative minor. So if you were playing in the key of D, the relative minor would be B. So this little shape, so C, if you were in C, this right here, at the top of this triangle right here, A, would be the relative minor. So that's just a quick way to figure it out on the fly. Okay, what minor triad you'd work over that. So just think about it. I don't want to get too complicated, and I wanted it to be short today. So I would download that song, Faded Love. If you guys have Jam Zone, just put it on Jam Zone and you can follow along with it. And you can actually, on Jam Zone, you can put it down to the beginner scale so there's not so many chord changes. But you can practice that playing minor triads over that major thing, and then it's got a key change on top of it all, so you get real fancy there. So, okay, I hope you got that message. I made it short today, and I might not see you in a while because we're tearing up the studio, and we'll see you in the next video. And again, all you folks, you know, in North Carolina and Georgia and Florida, I hope you're doing better. And I hope you get what you need out there, what kind of help you need. And we're going to help you as much as we can from here. So, good luck out there. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later. Bye.